Good afternoon, race fans. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Wild West Racing League. We're here at the Xfinity Racing at Chicagoland Speedway. 75 laps. You're here for race number 3. Track length here is 1.5 miles. Temperature on the track's 102 degrees. We're in Joliet, Illinois. Weather outside is a beautiful 75 degrees with 45% relative humidity. It's partly cloudy and just a slight breeze of 2 miles per hour. Our cars are now qualifying. As you see right now is Trey Smith in the one car as he goes around. The cars here get 2 laps on this asphalt speedway. Let's watch him in that Redline Radio podcast car, Trey Smith, number 1. Sharp looking ride. So, let's see what his time is. His best was a 30.95. We've had some fast drivers here tonight. We've seen some drivers down in the 30.6 and high 30.5s. So, Dakota Henderson just did a 30.79. Trey Smith has moved down to 3rd. Now down to 4th. Back up to 3rd. That's where he'll end up. Why don't we see if we can bring him up to the broadcast booth.
I'm gonna bust his ass. Thanks, Tony.
Thank you.
Hey, Trey Smith, Barry Stevens in the broadcast booth. You got me.
Yes, sir. I got you, brother.
Hey, tell me about that Redline Radio podcast car you got out there today.
I started up a podcast. You can listen on Spotify. It's called Redline Radio. So what I cover is I cover a lot of the NASCAR stuff, the dirt racing stuff, and then starting after this season, I'm gonna start paying a little bit more attention to the F1 and the IndyCar stuff. Just try to get kind of all around all the motorsports news, predictions. Things like that, and then also I'm covering this great league that we are so blessed to be a part of, and on top of that, all my in real life racing stuff. So keeps me pretty busy. Gets me something to kind of talk about, and hopefully bring a great group of fellow race fans or even fellow racers into one big community and give everyone something to talk about.
Well, you mentioned it's on Spotify. Is this a daily podcast or weekly?
So right now it's just weekly. I'm trying to get 2 out a week. So really, I try to focus one episode on strictly just NASCAR stuff and everything, the dirt stuff, and then the next one strictly just the league stuff and in real life stuff. But now that here in a couple of weeks NASCAR will be over, I'm gonna be kind of bringing it all together completely and focus on everything motorsport wise that I find interesting and maybe make some predictions about.
Well, I tell you what, you've qualified 3rd, and that's an outstanding run there. I'm going to move you back down to your spot. We look forward to seeing you race hard here tonight at Chicagoland.
Hey, thanks, Barry. I appreciate it, brother.
You bet. So that was Trey Smith in the number 1 Redline Radio podcast car. The field has finished qualifying. That means that Dakota Henderson will be 1st, 2nd is another Chevy of James Napier. 3rd is the Chevy of Trey Smith. 4th is the Ford of Jacob Shoffett. 5th is the Ford of Tanner Ensign. 6th is the Chevy of Mike Presley Mayle. 7th is the Ford of Logan Gill. 8th is Dustin Hardy in the Chevrolet. 9th is the Chevy of Jeff Herrick. 10th is the Ford of Brighton Coleman. 11th is Scott Rush. in a Ford. 12th is the Chevy of Justin Bell. And 13th is Gene Watkinson in the Chevrolet number 111. So the field is gathering as we get ready to go racing. Now, as I said earlier, the field here, the track is a 1.5 mile track. It is an oval, asphalt. As the day goes on, speed should increase as the grooves are laid down by rubber from these tires, these Goodyear tires. As that happens, the cars will turn a little bit easier. The backs should not slide out quite as easy, and the speeds should actually increase as the day increases. So the field is now lined up side by side. Dakota Henderson and James Napier will be in the first row. Trey Smith and Jacob Shoffitt will be in your second row. Tanner Ensign and Mike Presley Mill in your third row. Logan Gill and Dustin Hardy fourth. Jeff Herrick and Brighton Coleman in your fifth row. Scott Rush, Justin Bell will be in your sixth row. And last in the field will be Gene Watkinson. So the pace car begins its run on the front stretch. As the field gets ready, lining up side by side, coming in through the tri-oval and into the first turn. Now we've had some fast cars here tonight in practice. Dakota Henderson was fast. James Napier was very fast. Trey Smith was extremely fast. And if you've been following the Wild West Racing League, you'll know that Jacob Shoffitt took a win last night based on fuel mileage. So you can never discount anybody out on here. It was quite a victory last night. Wild West Racing League. You're watching Xfinity Racing at Chicagoland Speedway. 75 laps. Race 3 of the season. Stanford Witt Foundation Domestic Violence Awareness Month is October. They help the over 12 million men and women who find themselves in domestic violence situations by giving them the tools they need to get out of those dangerous situations. That's the Stanford Witt Foundation. Pace car is off. We're getting ready to race. Dakota Henderson is going to lead them to the green flag. And they're off. Dakota Henderson with James Napier on the outside. Side by side they go. Jacob Shoffitt with Trey Smith side by side for second place. They are still side by side from the front all the way into fifth place. Your top five: James Napier, Dakota Henderson, Trey Smith, Jacob Shoffitt. Now fifth is Tanner Ensign. Tanner Ensign moves to the bottom. Goes in behind the one of Trey Smith. Oh, and the 5 gets loose onto the outside, and oh, he gets collected. Oh no, there's a yellow flag. Oh boy, let's see what happened there. Boy. We see the accident happens right there in front. Okay. There's where it was, right there, right beside them. Take a look at that again, right there. Yeah, that was the 5 of Dakota Henderson that got stuck there. So let's see if we can get Dakota Henderson in the broadcast booth for a moment. Hey, Dakota Henderson, Barry Stevens in the broadcast booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
yeah, I got an EOL. Sorry.
Yeah, tell me what happened out there.
I was trying to hold him tight, But I thought I gave him plenty of room. I didn't mean for him to, just trusted him too much too early in the race. That's all that is.
Well, yeah, we're only on lap 3, so there's plenty of time. Whatever kind of damage you've got to your vehicle, I'm sure you have got plenty of time to get it fixed. And you're fast tonight, so good luck with that. And thanks for the explanation. We look forward to seeing you getting back out there.
I'll do my best, man. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you. That was Dakota Henderson in the number 5. So, James Napier is our leader still. Trey Smith is in second position on the outside. Tanner Ensign, then Mike Presley Male, and your 5th place car is Jacob Shoffett. 6th is Brighton Coleman, Scott Rush, Gene Watkinson in your 8th car. 9th position is Dustin Hardy, and 10th is the Chevrolet of Justin Bell in that 8 machine. 11th and 12th is Logan Gill and Dakota Henderson. Jeff Herrick is running 13th, showing that Herrick, had to go into the pits. Now, it's showing him a lap down. And in Xfinity racing, there's the lucky dog. If you're unfamiliar with the lucky dog, what the lucky dog is whoever is the first car a lap down, when a caution comes out, that car is allowed to pass the field and get 1 lap back. So if they're only 1 lap down, then they come back out, they get a caution, they've passed the entire field, now they're back on the lead lap. That is what the lucky dog rule is. But it looks like Jeff Herrick is not a lap down now. It's showing him last on the lead lap as he catches up to the field. So the cars are lining up side by side. Yeah, and we see Jeff Herrick just catching up here at the very end and dropping to the bottom as we watch the pace car go around, pull down off the racing surface. James Napier in the 77 Chevrolet will lead them to the line. And we're off. The 77 on the inside. Behind him is the 44 of Tanner Ensign, moves into second place on the bottom. The 1 of the outside is Trey Smith trying to hold on. He's in 3rd position, up high. That high line does have speed, but you can't stay up there for very long. It really eats your tires up. He's got that momentum, though, on the top. Look at him go. He's still in 3rd place, but he's right there. So James Napier on the outside. Oh, look, he gets loose. Oh, my gosh. Tanner Ensign gets loose. Wow. That 44 Stanford Witt Foundation car was loose. So we see Trey Smith still has that lead barely over James Napier now. They are side by side. It's really impossible to call. They're both right here in the 44 of Tanner Ensign, right behind, watching this battle unfold. As they are wearing down their tires a little bit, the 44, if he can be smooth, he can save something and stay right up where he's at. Let's look at the 44 Tanner Ensign. There's that Stanford Witt 44 machine. This is his chopper view from behind. Now 1 and 2 looks like they may have settled down a little bit, but that 44 car, all he's got to do is stay in their draft and just be nice and smooth. Go back out to a broader view, we see more of the field. We see that 1 now, and the 77 of James Napier out front. The 1 is on the outside. James Napier is on the inside. They come around to turn 1. 77's on the bottom. The one on the middle groove. As they come through, the one will have the momentum on the outside, and he'll come through on the backstretch. Coming into turn 3 is Trey Smith, followed by James Napier and Tanner Ensign. That's your top 3. Running 1, 2, 3, close together. Trey Smith has put up just a small gap, but only 0.2 of a second, not enough to get away from the car 77 who's right behind him. James Napier is one heck of a wheelman also. All of these guys in this race are wheelmen. Real professionals. Wild West Racing League is a league where these guys have a lot of fun, but don't take for granted that they're not excellent racers, and they certainly are. So we're on lap 11 of 75 laps here at Chicagoland. We see the battle for 5th place heating up. Justin Bell, Dustin Hardy, Logan Gill, Dakota Henderson, all fighting back here. We see that 8 car, the 52, the 5, the 12 of Logan Gill, all together. Some great racing. We look back up at the front. Oh boy, look at that. 3 wide. Exciting racing back here. These boys are coming for podiums tonight. And that 5 of Dakota Henderson will move up into 5th place. Let's look up at our front again, where we see James Napier's fallen back behind Trey Smith. Trey Smith now has a gap of 0.7 of a second. On 2nd place, James Napier. Tanner Ensign remains in 3rd place in the 44 machine. That 44 is the Stand for Wit Foundation car. Trey Smith needs to make sure that he keeps a handle on his tires. This is a track, especially in 3 and 4, but really anywhere where you wear your rubber out really easy. This track just chews it up. We're only on lap 14, but I guarantee you they're starting to feel these tire wear on these Xfinity cars. Some sharp paint jobs there. That's 77 and the 44. That 44 looks like he might be able to take over 2nd place now. He's at the bottom. Let's see what happens. That 77's got the momentum on the outside, though. 77 for the moment continues to lead into 2nd place. 3rd place is your 44 of Tanner Ensign. Trey Smith is still, 77 and 44 get into it, but neither one of them crashed. What an amazing save by both drivers, the 77 and the 44. Excellent driving by those drivers. Wow, that was something. That could have brought out a caution real easy and maybe collected some other vehicles. Wow. So the 5 of Dakota Henderson now is in 3rd place. Trey Smith is still up in 1st by himself. Dakota Henderson in 2nd. He's a full second back. We see Trey Smith running up high. That's really not good for those tires. Lap 17, we need to make sure that we take care of those tires. We see Dakota Henderson running the low line, which may not be quite as fast, but it definitely is a tire saver running on the line, on the bottom groove. Chicagoland is a track that does not have 3 or 4 grooves. You've got a bottom line and you've got a top line. The middle there, you can pass in, you can do whatever you want in. You can even use it in the corners. into the turns, but not as effectively as the bottom or the top. As you see the 1 now riding the bottom, and then he lets the car slide right up to the top, letting that momentum carry him. Momentum is everything in these Xfinity cars. You do not want to lose your momentum. It's always best to come into the corner a little bit early, slowing down, and then exiting with a lot of exit speed. We see now that the 5 Dakota Henderson is caught up to Trey Smith. He's right there on his bumper. We got right on top of him. We see Dakota Henderson on the bottom. Dakota Henderson, Trey Smith side by side. Dakota Henderson will get credit for leading that lap. That Redline Radio podcast car number 1 is now moved into second place. Did he use up some of his tires? Trey Smith. Look at that Dakota Henderson car, that 5. The 1 takes the outside line. Oh, he gets into the wall. That definitely will scrape off some momentum for him. He does not need to see that or feel that at all. So Dakota Henderson has now moved out to a 0.6 of a gap, second gap, out front. Let's look back and see 5th place again. What's going on back here? Here's your battle. 5th place, Tanner Ensign. Mike Presley's in 4th. Tanner Ensign's in 5th. And that's 77 of James Napier is in 6th position. He's fast. Can he work his way up to the front? We see the 000 Mike Presley male, but right behind him is that 44 of Tanner Ensign. Tanner Ensign is looking for that 4th position. Just can't get it. So that's what Presley is looking at. Now let's look and we'll see what Tanner Ensign sees. Sometimes you're so close to the car in front of you, but it's just, you just can't get to them. You push and you push too hard and you end up with problems. You're going to wear out those tires. So that wall comes up awfully fast right there. Boy, well, that's a good example of what this track is like. It's not easy by any stretch of the imagination. It's definitely hard. It requires your full attention the entire lap, all the way around. There's nowhere where you can stop and relax. So up front again, we have Dakota Henderson, who's now a full 1 3/4 second lead over our second place car of Trey Smith. Dustin Hardy's in 3rd. We see Mike Presley male in 4th. Tanner Ensign behind him in 5th. And then we see James Napier in 6th. Look at the race for 7th position. Justin Bell. Look at that, 8, 12, and the 0 car. This is one heck of a battle here going on. All 3 of them. Look at that. 00 to the bottom for the lead. Jacob Shoffitt moves up to 7th position. He takes the lead between those 3 cars. Jacob Shoffitt, then Logan Guild, then Justin Bell. Oh, Justin Bell hits the wall coming out of the corner. Quite a battle though. We see that 8 car try to get up to the top, gain some momentum, but there just isn't anything to have. That 12 car is stuck on rails. Now, when they do come in for their caution, whenever there is one, they'll be able to make adjustments to these cars. And as they make adjustments, they'll make them so that they're more to their likings. The fastest drivers are the drivers that are going to be able to stay on top of their cars as the track changes through the night. We see the 12 got a little loose there as the 0-0 in front of him. Go up to the front of our field where we see Trey Smith following Dakota Henderson. Dakota Henderson has an over 2-second gap now. We're at lap 28 of 75 laps here tonight. Tonight's Wild West Racing League broadcast is being brought to you by Fearless Broadcasting Network. I'm broadcaster Barry Stevens. We know you have choices. We thank you for your Wednesday night that you're here on YouTube watching Wild West Racing League. Dakota Henderson remains up front by almost 2.5 seconds now, back to second. Third is Dustin Hardy. Fourth is Mike Mail Presley. Tanner Ensign behind him in fifth place. Sixth is Jacob Shoffett. We see 6th through 8th here now, as the 8 car just bounced off the wall. But that 00 Jacob Shoffett is up to 6th place now. Lap 30 of 75. So you've got to wonder what happened to Trey Smith. He was so fast on the short run, but the car doesn't have it. Now, I would count him out. He's fast, period, and they can make changes when they come into the pits. He could talk to his team or his crew chief, whoever he's got working with him, and they'll make the necessary changes when they come down pit lane. We see Dakota Henderson way out front, 2.6 seconds. Let's look back here. We see 4th, 5th. There's 6th of Jacob Shoffett, and then Logan Gill. And behind Logan Gill is Justin Bell. Behind them, we see in the 9th place the 49 car of Jeff Herrick. Behind him is Scott Russian and Brighton Coleman. James Napier, 12th position. Watkinson is now in the pits also. It looks like we've got cars looking for that first pit. Strategy plays into every single race. Fuel mileage, tire wear. It's important to take all of that into consideration. Also, if you are Dakota Henderson and you're running out front and you've got Trey Smith behind you, you need to know when these cars that are fast are pitting, because staying out can cost you a lot of time for when you go down the pits. Those cars will be so much faster than you, and they're gaining that time that they've lost because they went into the pits early. Now, you'll have fresher tires later when you come back out, but you may lose some spots. So we need to keep an eye on Dakota Henderson in that 5 car, see what he decides to do, as well as Trey Smith, Dustin Hardy, your top 3 cars. That 2nd place car of Trey Smith in that number 1 Redline Radio podcast car, like he said, that's on the Spotify weekly right now as they gather content and continue to put together an excellent racing podcast. Look them up on Spotify, Redline Radio. Trey Smith still in 2nd position. We see the 8 of Justin Bell, who has fresh rubber, and he should move around the 1 real easily on this next turn. He just has to remember that he has fresh rubber and they are cold. When they're cold, they are slippery. But he goes around Trey Smith as if he wasn't even moving. Now, we've got Dakota Henderson up front, and the same thing eventually is going to happen here as these cars catch up to them. The lead now is 2.75 seconds between Dakota and Trey Smith. Look back here in 5th place. We see Logan Gill, and in front of him is Jacob Shoffett in that 00 black Ford machine. So let's see what Logan Gill's looking at. That sound you hear is the tires scrubbing just a little bit as he comes into the corners. We're looking through the cockpit into Logan Gill, your number 5 car, your number 5 runner, the 12 car of Logan Gill, the Ford machine. We see these cars catching him that have fresh rubber. There's the 44 goes by, the 44 of Tanner Ensign. Now Dakota Henderson's in the pits. Dustin Hardy takes over your first place. Jacob Shoffett moves into second. Logan Gill is now third. Jeff Herrick is fourth. Brian Coleman moves into fifth. So our leaders are all in the pits now. Now you see the 52 of Dustin Hardy as he will enter pit road. Jacob Shoffett should get credit for leading this lap, and he will. We see the number 1 car of Trey Smith coming back out onto the track. He'll come out in 10th position. So as things shuffle through, now the 00 car comes down of Jacob Shoffett. He'll come down for fuel. That puts us with Logan Gill in the 12 machine, your new leader. Trey Smith, the first car a lap down, looks like he's going to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. So he goes around and he gets his lap back by passing the leader. Trey Smith is now on the lead lap, not needing the lucky dog. Logan Gill is in pit road now, which puts James Napier, our new leader coming around to the start-finish line. So James Napier will get credit for leading a lap. Mike Presley Male is in second position now. Tanner Ensign moves up into third with Dakota Henderson now in fourth position. Trey Smith moves into fifth. So let's go back here to fourth. We see Dakota Henderson, and how far behind there is Trey Smith. So Trey needs to be careful to keep his machine underneath him and not push it too hard. He's fast, he's really fast, but you got to have those Goodyears working for you underneath. You'll see right in front of him is the 28 machine. That's Ethan Farless. So we look up at the beginning again, we see James Napier with Mike Presley Male right onto his inside as they come down through the tri-oval, and behind him is Tanner Ensign. There's that James Napier on the outside. Mike Presley looked like he had the momentum to pass, but he just couldn't get it done. We see the 000 of Mike Presley male now takes the lead from James Napier. Mike Presley male, James Napier, Dakota Henderson, your top three. And I'm not sure what's going on with Dakota Henderson, but James Napier just took over second position. So the 000 of Mike Presley male, then James Napier second, third is Dakota Henderson, fourth is Tanner Ensign, and your fifth place car right now is Trey Smith. We see that 5 of Dakota Henderson coming up quickly on the 77 of James Napier. We see the speed. We're looking at James Napier right now as he comes through that corner holding in the 150s and onto the stretch. His speed, if you look at the bottom right hand corner of your bottom right hand corner of your screen, you'll see that he is we're tracking his speed, 145 in the corner. He's up to 181, 183, 185. Look at that, 185 on the straightaway, and then from there they're having to slow down all the way to about 145 to get through the center of that corner. Then on the other stretch, we are just a little bit shy of right around 180 miles an hour. So, Mike Presley, male, is still your leader. Second place. Oh, look at the 5. Dakota Henderson dives, takes into the bottom, and runs into second place. He is right behind Mike Presley, male. Dakota Henderson in the 5, and he is going to be looking for that lead. He goes to the bottom. Mike Presley, male, is now in second place. Look at Dakota Henderson takes over first on the bottom with a power move. That was something else. Mike Presley male is in second, and Trey Smith now in third position. We see Trey Smith trying to catch up from back there. Hopefully he's got what it takes without using up too much of his equipment. But that 04 car that you see of Scott Rush, he is showing a lap down. So he is not actually on the lead lap racing for position with the car in front of him, Mike Presley male. But if you look up front, you see where Dakota Henderson is, and the gap is 1.2 seconds. He just blew by Mike Presley male like he wasn't even on the track. That was an incredibly aggressive move. It worked out. Outstanding. So now we're on lap 51 of 75. This race has just gone on, and it's been nice and smooth, clean. These drivers, as we get on to lap 52, these drivers are such excellent, skilled wheelmen at what they do. Each and every week, the practice that they put into to come here to the track is should not be overlooked. And that's why it's so frustrating when a caution is brought out, because these guys work so hard each and every week to bring out the best car they can. And the only nice thing about a caution is if you're in farther back, you have the opportunity to catch back up to the field. But if you're anywhere near the front, like Dakota Henderson is right now, a full 2.6 seconds out front of the field, you certainly do not want cautions coming out. So we look back into second position. We see that now Mike Presley and Trey Smith is right there. There's the 04 car. That is a lap down car. Like I said, that is Scott Rush in the Ford Army car, a lap down. But we do see Trey Smith on the outside of him now. So, Trey Smith, Mike Presley male, looks like Trey Smith is looking to get to the inside of Mike Presley male, and he will be on the inside. Does he have what it takes to pass him? He does. It looks like he's got a slide job. Slide job, number 1. Trey Smith moves into second position. Mike Presley male follows him into third. Dakota Henderson remains alone all the way up in first place. The gap is now 3.65 seconds. We're at lap 55 with only 20 to go here at Chicagoland Speedway. Chicagoland Speedway, it's a 1.5 mile track. Temperature on the track is 111 degrees, but in the stands it's only 75. 45 degrees relative humidity, partly cloudy, and just a slight breeze of 2 miles an hour. Tonight's race is brought to you by Fearless Broadcasting Network. I'm broadcaster Barry Stevens. So Dakota Henderson continues to show an amazing amount of skill as he is now over 4 seconds in front of Trey Smith. Wild West Racing. Ride fast. Race free. Wild West Racing. So we see that now Trey Smith has clean air in front of him. Does he have what it takes? The gap is almost 4.5 seconds. Does he have it in him in 20 laps to catch Dakota Henderson? Dakota does not need to be driving the wheels off of his car. He just needs to watch that gap and make sure that he's got enough left under him in those Goodyear tires. But an outstanding race we've seen tonight with few cautions. It's just been a great challenge to watch these guys go around. Dakota Henderson, your first place driver. Second is Trey Smith. Third is Mike Presley male. Fourth is Tanner Ensign. No, Dustin Hardy passes now. Fifth is Tanner Ensign. Sixth is James Napier, Logan Gill, Jacob Shoffett, Jeff Herrick, Justin Bell, and the last car on your lead lap is Brighton Coleman in the 40 Ford. Scott Rush is your first car a lap down in the 04 Ford. And then there's Gene Watkinson in the 111 Chevy and Ethan Farless in the 28 Ford. Ethan Farless is showing 19 laps down. Rush is showing 1 lap down. So should we have another caution, he will get his lap back and be on the lead lap. So we see where Trey Smith is, and we can also see Mike Presley male. And we see the fourth place car, the 52 of Dustin Hardy, way back here. So the distance is really stretched out between your top 5. We see Tanner Ensign is your 5th place car. The Stand for Wit Foundation 44 of Tanner Ensign. Nice smooth off the corner. Driving it just like you're supposed to. That's 44, Tanner Ensign. Now we see Mike Presley male. Looks like he has got a little bit closer to Trey Smith. The gap is only 1.3 seconds between second and third. There's your 4th place car of Dustin Hardy, followed by Tanner Ensign in 5th place. Let's look back here. This is for 10th place. That's Justin Bell in the 8th. Fighting for a position for 11th is Brighton Coleman in the 40 right behind him. So there's Scott Rush in the 04 Army car, and he is now on, showing on the lead lap. Dakota Henderson out front over 5 seconds as we're on lap 63 of 75 laps at Chicagoland Speedway. You're watching the Wild West Racing League and the Stand for Wit Foundation. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. The Stand for Wit Foundation helps the over 12 million men and women in America who deal with domestic violence annually. They help find them safe alternatives. October is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We thank Wild West Racing for allowing the Stand for Wit Foundation and Breast Cancer Awareness to sponsor these races for October. Xfinity racing is always exciting. These cars are, for the most part, stable, but when they do step out on you, what's really nice about the Xfinity car is, as a driver, you can collect the car. You're not just off and into a fence. So one of the great reasons why we probably haven't seen the caution after caution after caution is, one of them is because of the drivers. We're talking about top tier drivers here tonight, but also we're talking about the car that they're driving, and the track is suited to these Xfinity cars, and they do very, very well here. Just the right amount of horsepower and the right amount of speed keep these guys going. We see Dakota Henderson coming up onto the 40. If he gets to the 40, he'll put Bryton Coleman a lap down. Bryton Coleman will be the first car lap down. And there he goes by him on the bottom. So now Bryton Coleman will get the lucky dog if a caution comes out. Oh no, the 8. Oh boy, the 8. Oh, the 8 of Justin Bell. Justin Bell. Let's see if we can get that. Let's catch that. He got down. Oh no. And then he took the leader. The leader, Dakota Henderson, hit him. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Let's see if we can get Dakota Henderson and find out what happened. Hey, Dakota Henderson, Barry Stevens in the broadcast booth. You got me?
Yeah, I'm not talking to you on good circumstances because of a lap car. No self-awareness.
I fully get it. I watched it happen. So sorry. You are so dominant here tonight, and nobody has or had anything for you. Hopefully you can get this car fixed, get back out there.
This is it for me, buddy. I've got wheel damage. I've put a fork in me. I've handed the race over to Trey, it looks like.
Well, never say never, but we'll let you.
This is it.
We'll let you. We'll get you back up there to where you're at, so that you can talk to your teammates.
Alrighty, man. Yeah, have a good one.
You bet. Thanks. That was Dakota Henderson in your number 5 machine. Says he's finished. That is sad. We don't need to see that at all. He was just dominant. We see the 00 of Jacob Shoffett slide through his pit box. So, looks like the 1 of Trey Smith's going to get out first. Mike Presley Mail will get out second. Dustin Hardy will be third. Boy, you just got to hate it for Dakota Henderson. That car was so fast. Nobody had anything for him. But our new leader is Trey Smith. So we're showing now lap 70 we've gone, as the cars that will go behind get to go around and they'll get their laps back. Your leader now is Trey Smith in that Redline Radio podcast car. Look at that sharp looking Redline Radio car. Number 1 Chevrolet, Trey Smith. Trey Smith will line up first. Mike Presley Male will be second. Dustin Hardy, then Tanner Ensign. 5th is Logan Gill. 6th is Jacob Shoffett. 7th is Jeff Herrick. 8th is James Napier. And from there, we are lap down cars. Showing Brighton Coleman, the first car lap down. Then Scott Rush, Gene Watkinson, Justin Bell, and Ethan Farless. Dakota Henderson is still showing in the pits. He said he was out, but he's not showing out just yet, so maybe something can be done with that car. Pit car is back into the pits. Pace car is back into the pits. The one of Trey Smith will lead him down, and they're racing. One gets a good jump, but behind him, side by side, they race. Oh, no. Oh, no. We have got a big wreck. Oh no. Dustin Hardy. Let's see what happened to Dustin Hardy. That's that 52. Oh, he got tapped by the 44 and went around. So that was the 52 for the 44 got into him. Tanner Ensign. Oh my. So let's see if maybe we can go over to Tanner Ensign and pull him up. Hey, Tanner Ensign, Barry Stevens in the broadcast booth. You got me.
Yeah, I got you, Barry. What's going on, buddy?
Well, tell me what happened out there.
I'm not 100% sure. I know we were jammed up. I ran into the back of my teammate Mike up there. And about the time I did that, there was just contact between all 3 cars. So I'm not 1,000% sure what happened, but it's unfortunate for Dustin. I feel bad for it, but we just gotta carry on from here.
Yeah, well, I appreciate the explanation, and I know you're frustrated. Everybody's frustrated when these cautions come out, especially towards the end of the race. I know, it just kind of is what it is. Dakota Henderson had this race wrapped up, and now he's in the pits and done for the evening. So you never know what can happen. So just get out there, race it out, see what happens till the end. I'll let you put you back up, or you're down over in Ensign, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll put
Hopefully
you
I'm talking to you here in about 5 laps. So.
Okay, well, let's look forward to seeing you on the podium. All right, thank you.
All right, sounds good, buddy.
Thank you, Tanner. That's Tanner Ensign in the 44. So, Trey Smith, Mike Presley Male, Tanner Ensign, who we just interviewed. 4th is Jacob Shoffett. 5th is James Napier. Scott Rush is your 6th place car. Then we have a bunch of cars in the pits. So we're showing that we are on lap 73, and we will be coming up to lap 74 now. So we will be having a 2-lap shootout. Anytime you have a overtime 2-lap shootout, you have to make it through the first lap. Once you get past the white flag lap, if an accident comes out on the second lap, then the race is over. But if a caution comes out before the first lap is finished, then you have to get all the drivers back together and do another 2-lap shootout. You only get 3 opportunities during a shootout. You don't want to mess up at all, because it'll take you and you won't be able to have an opportunity to have a victory. And we've got some cars here that want podiums tonight. So we see Trey Smith. He's going to lead them down on this 2-lapper. As the pace car is off, Trey Smith is getting ready. Let's see how he does. Oh, the Trey Smith does pretty good. The 0-0-0 of Mike Presley Mail. It looks like he spun his tires a little bit. He's on the outside. The 0-0 now. Oh, they're 3 wide. 0-0s goes to the outside. Jacob Shoffett. Look at, he gets a great run on the outside. Into the inside is Trey Smith, who holds first place, but just barely. Third place now is Tanner Ensign in the 44 car. Trey Smith continues to lead. Second place now is Jacob Shoffett on the outside, the 44 of Tanner Ensign in the inside. First, second, and third. Tight racing all the way for first, second, third, and sixth. Trey Smith, Jacob Shoffett, Tanner Ensign, James Napier, Mike Presley Mail, and Logan Gill all in line. We had our white flag lap. Our race will be official. We will be coming around. Can Trey Smith hold on? Jacob Shoffett is right there. Oh my, what kind of finish are we going to have? Jacob Shoffett takes to the bottom. Trey Smith, it'll be Trey Smith, Jacob Shoffett, then Tanner Ensign, your top 3 on your podium. Wow, what a finish that was. We feel bad for Dakota Henderson as he just couldn't bring it back out. Man, he had a car nobody could beat today, but that one of Trey Smith was strong in that Redline Radio podcast. What an amazing car that Chevrolet was tonight. Put on a great show. So that was Trey Smith, Jacob Shoffett, Tanner Ensign. We'll be speaking to all of them tonight. Let's see if we can't get Tanner Ensign and bring him up into the booth. Tanner Ensign, Barry Stevens in the broadcast booth. You got me.
I got you, Barry. How you doing tonight?
Seems like we just talked.
Right?
Yeah. Hey, tell me, how did you get that third place finish and how'd you do it?
Well, I mean, we definitely had strategy tonight. The YO Outlaw Custom Diecast Ford Mustang was fast, but on the long runs, it definitely got too tight. And that caution that took out Dakota, unfortunately, I really needed it. I was 4 laps short, so we came in and pitted. I knew I wouldn't really have anything for Trey. I didn't all night long. So on that restart, I just got up on the bumper and tried to shove him as far out as I could. I wasn't prepared for Jacob to make the move to the middle of me and Mike like he did, but we got through it, and we'll take home a third place finish.
Well, Tanner Ensign, you did great. I'm proud of you. It was a great run for you, and I know that you'll need to get ready for next week as well. Before I let you go, do you have any shout-outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, the Stand for Wit Foundation, Break the Silence and Domestic Violence, YO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the virtual pit crew behind the wall, they were pretty stellar tonight. All my guys at Enzyme Motorsports, Mike and Scott and Brighton. I mean, we've become a real package team here. We work well together, and it makes this a lot of fun.
Well, that's great to hear. That's Tanner Ensign in the 44 machine. I'll let you go back down to your buddies so you guys can celebrate.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Tanner Ensign, your 44 machine. Let's talk to our second place finisher, Jacob Shoffett. Hey,
Sinner.
Jacob Shoffett, this is Barry Stevens in the broadcast booth. You got me.
Hey, Barry, how you doing?
Hey, it sounds like you are on a roll. Momentum doesn't matter. Seem to be what vehicle you're in. You had a second place finish tonight, a strong podium finish. How'd you get there, and what was your plan?
Man, I tell you what, that's the hardest I've driven this car all night. Was on that white flag lap, or actually just on that green white checkered completely. But I was going for the fuel mileage win again. I was about 3 to 4 laps to the good before that last caution come out, and I heard some of the leaders I think had to come and get fuel. I think I'm not 100% sure, but I know I was good to the end. But no, yeah, that green white checkered, man, it kind of worked out for me. Started on the high side, gave the 000 a bump right as the green came out and timed it perfect. Think it made him spin the tires a little bit, and I just shot the center and held it wide open through 1 and 2, and it stuck.
It certainly did. Second place finish, and you almost had something for Trey Smith there at the very end. Not sure if we would have had one more lap, you guys might have been side by side. It was definitely very, very, very close, and you did a great job, Jacob. So really, really proud of that finish for you. Do you have any shout-outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, I want to give Fearless Motorsports a shout out, Fearless Broadcasting, my teammates over there at Fearless Motorsports, Ultimate Pest Solutions, let's see, Puffy's Swag Shop for all your customized racing gear, Circle S Creek, and Legacy Outfitter Gear for making some great outdoor gear.
All right.
And of course, you for putting on a great broadcast.
Well, I certainly appreciate that, Jacob. Certainly do. We look forward to seeing you for the next race next time. Wild West Racing League's a great league. You guys put on a great show tonight. You should be proud of yourself, and look forward to seeing you next week. I'll let you go back down to the waiting room so that you can go celebrate with the guys, and we'll bring up our winner, Trey Smith. Thanks so much, Jacob.
Appreciate it, Barry. Have a good night.
Let's bring up Trey Smith, our number 1 car.
I'm gonna bust his ass. Thanks, Tony.
Thank you.
Hey, Trey Smith, Barry Stevens in the broadcast booth. You got me.
Yes, sir. I got you, brother.
Tell me about that number 1 Redline Radio podcast car.
It was a rocket ship for sure. I hate it for Dakota. He had that one locked in. Unfortunate circumstances, obviously, it benefited us, but that's not the way I like to win. But yeah, I think we had a rocket ship all night. Definitely a top 3 car for sure. Really proud of what this GLM number 1 Redline Radio car could do. Not the race I was expecting, honestly, but it was fun.
You know, sometimes you take victories the way you can take them, and you're right. Dakota Henderson definitely had this race. He was so far out in front of everybody else, but got tangled there with a lap vehicle. Probably a lack of situational awareness at that point, but nonetheless, it's frustrating for Dakota. He really did have this victory, but because of that, you were able to capitalize and put that Redline Radio podcast machine in the podium and on the first place.
Again, me and Tanner are gonna go over some stuff and try to clean some stuff up around here. But overall, great day for us. We led quite a few laps. Was able to hang in the top 3, top 5, pretty much all race until just except green flag pit stops. But super proud of what we were to do. I felt bad when me and Dakota were side by side, and I ended up accidentally wrecking him. I thought I just got super tight. I had nowhere else to go, and Tanner was behind me. I was just doing what I can, but sometimes stuff happens, and yeah, it's great to be back in victory lane. Not like how I wanted to, but it's a win, and we'll take it and get ready for Sunday.
Absolutely. Do you have any shout-outs before I let you go?
Yeah, G Lightning Motors, Joe, Krishan, Kaiser, Alex, Eddie, Hunter, Max, all them guys, Brady, Race Car Bodies by Daily, Redline Radio Podcast, Bucked Up, YO Custom Outlaw Diecast. Big shout out to Tanner for putting on this league, and huge thanks to my girlfriend for supporting me and letting me come out and do this, and my son, good Lord above. And excuse me, Fearless Broadcasting. Appreciate what you and Ethan do for us about 3 to 4 nights a week. Shout out to you guys. Big shout out to the boys back home. And yeah, we're gonna get ready for Sunday.
Well, it's great to hear, and you did outstanding tonight. First place at Chicagoland Speedway. That's our number 1 driver, Trey Smith. Thank you so much. I'm going to let you go back down to the waiting room to celebrate with the guys.
Hey Barry, real quick, I got one thing to say.
Yes, sir.
I made a bet and I lost it, so I gotta say it to everyone watching. I beat your favorite driver. All right, we're good.
All right, Tony. No, wait. No, it's actually
That was Denny.
Yeah,
That was
Denny
Denny.
Hamlin. Okay. All right. We'll let you go now, Trey.
All right, thanks, brother.
You betcha. That was Trey Smith, your number 1 car, your victor tonight at Chicagoland Speedway. We did 75 laps. This was your 3rd race of the season here. Wild West Racing League, the Stand for Wit Foundation, Domestic Violence Awareness. Once again, 12 million men and women in America every year deal with domestic violence. The Stand for Wit Foundation is a tool to help those suffering to get out of situations that are dangerous and to help them into situations less dangerous. Let's also not forget that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We want to thank Wild West Racing League, and we appreciate the fact that they've allowed the sponsors to be Stand for Wit Foundation and Breast Cancer Awareness for the month of October. Once again, tonight was Xfinity Racing at Chicagoland. 75 laps we did. Was the 3rd race of the season. Redline Radio Podcast was your winner, Trey Smith, and the number 1 car. Tonight was brought to you by Fearless Broadcasting Network. I'm broadcaster Barry Stevens saying thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of our broadcast, and have a great evening. Good night.